Here I am. Okay. Yes, I'd like to complain about Sarah Bly. I saw Sarah Bly yesterday, and she's your OPPS operator that you guys pay for. And yeah, her behavior was actually quite crazy.
Okay, my apology. Can I'll quickly grab her name again. Are you able to spell her name for me?
Sarah Bly. Let me just double check here.
Okay.
Yeah, she operates the OPPS. I've made complaints about the OPPS before, but for her, now there might have been a murder across the street, and I go with my little dog across the street, and there's a buddy crying, and I just want to make her feel better. And Sarah Bly comes out, the operator of OPPS, okay? Isn't it enough that she can't read the statistics, that her OPPS, the more she puts up, the more deaths there are? But she jumped in front of my stroller and said something rude to me. That's the first time I've ever met her. And I'm pretty pissed off. So I did call her a witch. And I got her on YouTube, and I put her on YouTube. But I think as the operator of OPPS, I think because of her shit show, I've witnessed at least 100 different stabbings. Let's put the stabbings, the murders, the overdoses, well over 100. The death scenes I've seen, well over 100. I'm never going to be normal after, Sarah Bly's OPPS overdose outfit. And for her to behave at 40 East Hastings so badly and being paid by the city is unacceptable. But I'll get you her last name. I have it on my YouTube. Hang on.
Thank you.
I'm very upset that anybody could actually act like her and be paid. See, I can be rude because I live in a rude neighborhood, and I've had medical malpractice, and I've been to the dark side, and I came back rude. This is my new personality. But I don't get paid to be rude. She does. Let's just see here. Bligh. She's the OPPS operator. She's on my YouTube. I made like 4 videos out of her. I just stretched the whole thing. OPPS. That's OPPS, the overdose thing. The more overdose things she puts up in my neighborhood, the more deaths there are. The more overdoses. For her to even stand up for the garbage that we're living with, I can't even go out at night anymore. I really can't. It's not safe to go out at night with all these street people outside. They're not homeless, poor people like me. When I was homeless in a homeless shelter, no, they're predators. So for her to stand up for this fire hazard out our street really is upsetting. But for her to jump out and be paid by the city at me in a weird way, like a witch, so I could feel her inside as ugly as her outside, I'm really upset. I'm upset. You know what I'm really upset is 2 years ago, I had to counsel 2 girls in the Oppenheimer Park, and they told me Sarah Bly said they're not allowed to complain about rape. I've been upset for that. I've never seen her, as a rape victim, I am horrified. I never got over my rape at 19. Never. And as a rape victim, to find out Sarah Bly tells people in tent cities that the girls aren't allowed to complain about rape, and that's part of living in a freaking tent city, I'm upset. She's never even denied it. So for her to jump out, you know what? She doesn't smell my poo, my pee. I'm not overdosing in her yard. I'm not being, threatening in her yard. I would never tell a woman or a young girl in her early 20s that being raped is part of living in the tent culture. So I'm very upset with her, and I earned my upset with her, but that didn't give her the right to jump out at me like a freak. Do you understand? Hello? Are you still there?
I'm still here.
Okay, I'm sorry I'm so upset. I had the shakes afterwards. You should see my video for the night on my Debbie Hellion channel. You know what? I think I made it 15 minutes outside and I had to go back in. It's a horror story. Somebody got bear maced and was crying. I mean, it was like living in Armageddon before. We're in Armageddon down here. And she has the nerve to jump me because I'm fighting against this shit show? I'm right. It's a fire hazard. I mean, Fire Chief Karen already told us we live in fire hazard, so I don't know why she had to be rude to me and jump at me. Couldn't come to me and talk to me so I could scream at her, which I would. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. Please write that down and take it to the mayor, because that is very offensive behavior by somebody that's making money on what I like to call now the death cult.
My apology. Again, I know you spell the last name for me. It's a B-L-I-G-H.
Yes, Bly.
Okay.
She owns and operates the OPPS, or she operates the OPPS. She's putting them all over our neighborhood. She's made a mess of our neighborhood. I never ever want to hear another girl tell me that Sarah has told her that it's okay to be raped in one of these camps. And that comes with living in it and not to complain. Because I'll go ballistic next time. I still have the video recording of one of those girls, but I don't want to put it up because I did it secretly. But I still have a video recorder of the girl crying, okay? A videotape of the girl crying. But I won't put it up, you know, but if I ever have to use it, maybe I will. Maybe I can do something with her face. I don't know how, but I can figure it out. But I still have the videotape of the girl crying and talking about Sarah Bly, because that was the first time I ever heard of her.
Okay. I understand you're really upset right now. However, I hate to tell you, I tried to search out Sarah Bly, like the name you mentioned. Apparently her name is not listed as the staff. So I have a feeling maybe it's like she works for like non-profit organization.
Yeah, it's a non-profit organization with our government money.
Okay. Well, the thing is that I'm not even able to reach out to her or to that department because they are not listed as.
Okay, here's her name spelling, B-L-Y-T-H, just in case I got it wrong.
I'm sorry, say that again?
B-L-Y-T-H. Then I'll want to talk to one of the council people about her. If I can't, you guys are paying for her. If you don't have her name in the system, you get me a call back from one of the council people. She's got government money. She ever sees my little.
I apologize, you still cannot find any name with that spell.
Okay, well then you get one of the council people because they know her. It's the Overdose Prevention Society. They pay for her.
Sorry, say that again. Overdose
Prevention Society.
Prevention Society. Okay.
Paid by the government of British Columbia, maybe Canada. And if you can't find it, at least you get one of the council people to call me back about her behavior, because you guys are paying her our government money. I mean, could you imagine you're at maybe a death scene and you got to use a little revenge because you don't like, oh, my truth is pretty well, nobody wants to live in this shit show. Nobody does. Can't afford to move out. Sick of being, you know, always threatened. Most of us feel like it's time that we need a gun to carry around just to go outside these days. You know, that's how bad Sarah has made it here, standing up for this. Oh, I'm so mad. I am so mad. I wouldn't have been mad if she hadn't jumped out at me and said something rude. Wouldn't have been mad. Wouldn't even noticed her. Have you found her?
Yeah, she's, so this is a third-party non-profit organization. She is one of the directors of that organization. So, have you tried to reach out to this organization?
Oh, that organization put their OPPS tent right in front of I had issues with her. She put her OPPS tent right in front of a homeless building, our building, and we had to inhale her secondhand crack. Everything about her is ignorant. I heard one of her employees' dogs, when her employee was nodding off on heroin and let loose of her dog, it tried to attack my dog in the stroller. I have nothing but bad issues with her. She is not reasonable. And look at my neighborhood. We know she's not sane. No, I'm not going to reach out to her. She jumped in front of me and said something rude. I've never met her before. No, I'm making a complaint. I'm not talking or reaching out to her.
Okay.
But I will put out one of the videos where she puts her tent in front of a senior citizen and makes us inhale secondhand crack and heroin, even though some of us are too sick to do that.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you want to do, we have no right of telling you what to do or what not to do. So if you do that, then it's up to you.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to. I've already got it. I'm just going to update it. It's already on my YouTube channel, her freaking Oops Tent Power Door. I'm just going to update it and put it at the top so people can see and put it on Twitter. You know, so I can get the message out there that there's something wrong with where we're living. This is worse than Pakistan. Pakistan doesn't even have a neighborhood like this. Oh, and I'm tweeting the neighborhood all around the world. You know, just to get a little extra attention. Oh, and I definitely have done, you know, the United Nations. Like, what is the United Nations doing while we have this shit show going, suffering our third summer in a row through a pandemic? Oh, and I definitely did give the WHO some shots. Like, what kind of Omicron are you going to be promoting now with this? You know? So I've got a lot of content working down here. But I'm upset. So get someone to call me back, please, about Sarah, because this is not professional behavior, and I've never done anything to her but stand up against her, which is my right.
Okay, what is your name?
Debbie Hellion.
Okay, and your phone number?
It is 236-867-7288.
Okay, so then as you requested, I'll go ahead and forward your feedback about Sarah Blight to Mayor and Council as you requested earlier, and then I'll also request Mayor and Council to contact you if possible. Okay?
Thank you so much. I much appreciate it. I'm sorry to have to share this horribleness with you, but it's a nightmare living down here. Thank you.
Sure. Yeah, you're welcome.
You'd wish you were dead if you lived down here. You know that? Bye.
Okay, bye.